Welcome back to Developed, everybody. Tonight we're talking about our recipe Tart 76. You guys feeling it? Stop laughing. Stop laughing.
Sorry, guys. Hi, how are you?
Everybody's on drugs today. Everybody's fucked up. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, daytime is on the chat. Finally. What's up,
Yeah. What's
Frank?
going on? What is
Folkart,
that?
you're muted. You're muted. Yes. I think so. Well, he's not that important, so
Yeah, no, we can do the show without Folkart.
yeah.
Is it better now? Probably not. Okay.
So,
Thanks.
Max,
Yeah, what's up?
how are you doing? Well, I
I'm
saw
not,
you yesterday, so not
yeah,
much from yesterday, but
not a whole lot has happened since yesterday. uh
how good is this recipe?
I fucking love it. I'm kind of
Perfect.
mad I can't find my other tester of it though, and I just had it, but I only have a little bit left, and I really like it. I've been vaping it for like, well, 3 or 4 days now, and I never knew that. I made a 20 mil of the original recipe, and then I made a 15 mil of the one with. We did one with I did one with pastry zest. It's okay. It's not great though,
And I
but
had one with extra cookie.
I like that one. I do like that one.
Yeah, it's a little more dark, more dry.
Yeah, but it does steep out pretty well. Are you working out, Folkart?
Test, test, test. Can y'all hear me in the chat? They can hear me in Zoom, but not in chat. I don't think. Somebody, tell me if they can hear me.
Can you hear Folkart?
Yeah. I don't know what could have happened. Where's this always fucking shit up? Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, good deal, good deal. Yeah, I've been messing around with some of the settings in Zoom, and I thought that what I did might could help a syncing problem, but obviously I just need to keep the damn settings the way they are.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh man, we rolled out a lot of new shit with that episode. I don't know if a lot of people caught all the different things that we did with it. Obviously, the intro is different. That's pretty obvious, but we did a lot of different stuff. You guys want to talk about that?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
But
sure.
I want to know if the chat noticed the difference in quality, the
Yeah,
video quality.
I don't think that they'll notice until, well, they'll definitely notice from last week, but I don't know if they'll notice everything right away, but if you watch it from now on and then you go back to a couple weeks back or whatever, there's a big difference, man.
Yeah, yeah. It's a huge difference. We're recording in a different format, using a different process and stuff. So hopefully the quality will be up to snuff now. If anybody is wondering where Alfred has been, we haven't taken over his job of doing the episodes at all. We just he's in the process of moving, and we just told him, you're busy, take off a few weeks because he has worked his ass off doing these episodes every week for the last what? How many months have we been doing this?
Since January, I think,
Yeah,
right?
since about January. So he's been doing that. So we kind of thought it would give us a good opportunity to experiment with it, maybe a different look, a different feel, something kind of liven it up a little bit more. So I hope y'all liked it. The changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell the truth, Fokar. He's in the Himalayas studying cherries,
Yeah.
wild cherries, and the growing of bees inside the forest. Yeah.
Yeah, he decided to do a little bit more deeper DIY, and he's trying to figure out how to make recipes based on paintings and sculptures, and
He's a
he's
monk now. He's a
yeah
monk.
he
He goes, yeah, totally
so
bold.
when he comes back, he things will be different. I'm sure. I think he changed his name too.
Did he take an oath of silence?
Yeah, but I think we could still do the show with that.
Okay.
I mean, it might be a little bit of a learning curve, you know. The thing is, he didn't try to learn sign language, so it just makes things difficult. He just blinks a lot now.
What is his name now? Maria?
His name, he didn't tell me because I couldn't figure it out. He just blinked a whole bunch of times. I'm like, whoa, are you taking hostage or something? What's going on here? But I think it was just binary code, and I'm not that smart. I don't know anything about it, but he's doing fine though. He's doing good.
Yeah.
We miss you though, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Come back to us, please.
Yeah.
And Graham is Graham. You know.
Oh yeah, Graham. He could be dead. Who knows? He lives in a pretty sketchy situation.
Yeah. We found that out last night.
Oh my god.
Can we talk about that later though? I really think
Okay.
you guys are gonna love that. I want to see if he comes back because I want him to be a part of that conversation.
Yeah, he should be. He needs a voice in there. He needs to defend himself.
Yeah.
All I want to say is that we had a very deep experience with
Spiritual
Folkart.
almost.
Yeah, spiritual with Folkart, with Graham and someone else. That was that's it. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it got more than intense.
Yeah, a little spooky.
Yeah. I mean, I still haven't recovered, so. It was a trip, man.
We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about all the things. Eritrea is here. I still don't know if I'm even saying her name right.
Yeah.
I did her show too on Tuesday. I did her show.
It was Monday, wasn't it?
Maybe. I don't know. It could have been 2 weeks ago. I don't know. But I really don't know what her show is, to be completely honest, but it was fun. I feel like there was stuff that I needed to be filled in on, and when she tried to fill me in on it, I still wasn't getting it. But I think that's my fault. But her show is good. You should check it out. It's a radio show, and she goes live like at least 10 times a day.
Wow.
But is it on YouTube?
Yeah. She'll do a show for like 3 hours. You could go check out her YouTube. I don't know what it's called. She could post it, and then we'll
Can you
post a link.
Yeah.
It's definitely interesting. It's a mix of a whole bunch of different conversations, and I was not really keen to any of them. But she has a huge following too. So check her shit out.
Awesome.
Nice. You know what I want to know? Because Frank is here, and I think his show is on Facebook, not on YouTube.
I
right?
I think it is. And while I was muted earlier, what I was explaining to people was that for some reason, Daytime Frank, and there was about 3 other people that was put on the hidden. They were hidden in the chat. It's like they couldn't be seen or something. I don't know why they were there. I didn't put them there. But anyway, I think I got it fixed, and that's why everybody can see Frank now and the other ones. So there you go.
Yeah. And we've never banned anybody. We've never done anything like that to anybody. So we don't know what happened. It's just kind of happened.
I have no clue. But I fixed
Daytime.
it, I believe.
He said he was on the naughty list. Yeah, you were,
Naughty
but
boy. Naughty boy.
we don't know how that happened. Sin is here too. I love her. Sin should be on Eritrea. She should be on her show. It would work really well. I think that she would really like mesh with the kind of. I think it's a bunch of women, and they're a bunch of dirty girls. The people on her show.
I have to watch that.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I don't know anything about what they're talking about most of the time, but there's a lot of sexual innuendos, and I'm all about that.
Oh yeah.
it gets pretty crazy.
Alright. Oh, Tuchito. Hi, Tuchito. Tuchito from Argentina is in the house.
So this is
So, guys,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nacho.
are we going to mix? I think, well, for the chat, we are going to record an episode after this, right?
Yeah, I think that was the plan.
So maybe if they have an idea of what they want to watch, what they want us to mix.
Yeah, so we kind of had the idea of, a lot of times when we get into our Zoom room and we try to come up with ideas for profiles to mix up recipes, we spend about like an hour just not coming up with anything a lot. And then we finally settle on something. So we thought we would use y'all guys in the chat for this hour to give us some ideas so we don't waste that hour in the recording. So we're using you guys.
Yeah, let us know what you guys want to see. We haven't done a tobacco in a while, but I don't know if it's really that type of thing people would want right now. We usually go pretty hard when we do bakeries, but if you guys want that, if you want a fruit, you want anything, we're pretty open to suggestion. We don't want to keep rolling out a whole bunch of stuff all the time because sometimes we get in bakery mode and
Yeah, we go deep in bakery. We go into the rabbit hole and like Steve. Yeah, it's great. But had anyone mixed this the chat? Well, it's brand new, so I don't think so.
they should have.
Mhm.
I think we hyped it up enough and for good reason. Like I think it is a really good daytime Frank wants beer and tacos. I don't know if that was a mix that he wanted, but I want that too. I live for tacos, man. I forgot what I was saying.
It wasn't important.
About the
Never.
about our recipe.
Oh yeah, it's really good. I just like my favorite thing about it is that it's not a really boysenberry dominant recipe like a lot of them tend to be. Like they kind of, it lets other stuff join the party instead of just being all boysenberry and whatever.
Yeah, and Jungle Flavors cookie here is perfect.
Yeah,
I haven't been mixing with that flavor that much, but it's great because it's compared to a cookie. Is well, it is dark, but it's not that dark. I don't know how to explain it.
I think that the Jungle Flavors cookie it doesn't have that very heavy AP note that FA cookie has.
Yeah.
Because FA cookie is pretty AP heavy, don't you think?
Yeah, it is. I think it's probably the more AP heavy bakery note that you can get. Like Cereal 27 has it going on, and I don't know. I think FA cookie has a lot more, but I don't know. I don't know how many people use Jungle Flavors cookie, but I'm gonna be using that a lot more, like how we used it in this, because I'm a big fan of it, and it didn't take much. Didn't take much at all for it to work.
Yeah, and I'm wearing my Jungle Flavors shirt tonight, themed shirt.
That does look like the Jungle
It
Flavors
does.
bottle. I would have never thought about that, but it looks exactly like it.
Hey, where can you buy Jungle Flavors?
You can buy it at esigexpress.com.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Check it out.
Yeah, I've been working a little bit more with a lot of the Jungle Flavor stuff too. I never really worked with their cookie before. The cookie. I think I've had the cookie for a while. I can't remember the biscuit. I think no, I've had the biscuit for a while. I got the cookie V1 and 2. Don't know the difference at all. But I bought their cactus, and I think that's really good. And what?
You have the dulce de leche.
Yeah, I just bought that. I mixed up that cheesecake with it. I like it. I think it could use a little bit of tweaking for me. Milk and honey. Yeah, definitely would put that in there.
Yeah,
And the
I don't.
mango,
I'm sorry. Go ahead,
peach.
Nacho.
Do you use a peach from honey peach? Is from Jungle Flavors.
Oh, I've had that for a while. That's a great
Yeah.
flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't taste the strawberry, but I've worked with it a bunch. Juicy lemon. It don't really scratch my itch. You know, I got FE lemon for that. I've had yellow cake for a while, and what was that other one though? I think I have like a cantaloupe or a honeydew from them that I've never even touched it. I think it's I think it's a honeydew.
I think
Smells good. I just never used it.
I think I have that one too. I don't have. I probably have about maybe 20 of the Jungle Flavors flavorings, and I'm really impressed with all of them except maybe that juicy lemon, because FE lemon is just so damn good. You know,
Yeah.
it just clicks all the ticks all the boxes. But for the most part, I haven't had any bad Jungle Flavors flavors. It seems like they kind of take flavors that people already have out there and they just make them just a little bit better.
I know there's one that you don't like though.
What's that?
That milk chocolate.
No, it's as far as chocolates go, it's on par with all the other chocolates. Really, it suffers from kind of that mustiness and that's the only way that I can really describe how the taste that I get from most chocolates. It's just a mustiness. Some people might call it like a mushroom kind of note or something, but to me, it's just musty. It smells musty, moldy, or something. And that's really
Well,
a lot of chocolates are like. There's just a few that doesn't have that.
for me, it was the best chocolate after, in a way, milk chocolate when they changed the recipe.
Yeah,
But when we had Hansen Australian chocolate, all the Wonder flavor chocolate, mousse chocolate, the Babe Train chocolates. Well, now it's different. Now it's not the best in the market.
yeah. I mean, I can count on one hand the chocolates that I would use, and none of them are like the perfect chocolate. You have to do something to them. It's just not that great. But I do have about 5 bottles of the Jungle Flavors chocolate because Wayne Walker told me to get it. I've had them for a while
Are
and
they
haven't used them.
Are they from the US?
Jungle Flavors?
Yeah.
California maybe? I don't know.
So in the US you have you have Flavora, you have Jungle Flavors. Wonder Flavors, is it from the US?
I don't think Jungle Flavors is from here.
I don't know, but the only place that I can find it is at EC Express, and they're in California. I don't know.
I don't know. I always thought that they were from like Germany or something,
Maybe so.
but I have no idea about that. So
Yeah, but Wonder Flavors is in Canada.
Yep.
Oh, I thought it was in
Yeah.
the US.
Somebody asked me in the chat, you the boysenberry. I don't know what you're asking, Fidalgo Vapes. You have to be a little bit more specific about that.
he also said Jungle Flavors is from Germany,
Okay.
which I think I've heard that before too.
Okay. I don't know. I have no clue. But Daytime Frank says Mullenberry Glamour Chocolate is good, and it is. It's in the top. I'd say the top 3 or 4 chocolates for sure.
You know what? Why I ask? Because I was in a show from Spain, and I was surprised that they mostly use TPA, Capella, Flavor Art. That's it.
Yeah, I can see
And
that though.
They have access to, well, if Jungle Flavors is in Germany, I don't see why they don't use Jungle Flavors or other brands. It's crazy. It's crazy the amount of brands you use in America.
Yeah.
Well, I think it makes sense though in a way because those were like the original ones that everybody kind of acquired, right? Like They use a lot of Inawera, or is
No,
it mainly
no,
just those
they
three?
don't. Those three.
Hmm. You're really
And
limited by that, though.
Europe is a very huge market,
Yeah.
maybe
Y-
bigger than the US.
You can get a lot done with those three, but I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't think I would want to use just them. Obviously, I love Wonder Flavors a lot, and I love Flavora. Come on,
Yeah.
Vape Train. So glad that we have Vape Train now.
Oh hell
Like,
yeah.
there's so many things I wouldn't be able to do without Vape Train.
Yeah,
Yeah, even
I really like to use some of the more obscure companies. I know that probably pisses people off when I put out a recipe. It's got some, flavor that they probably don't have, but I try to create my recipes the absolute best that I can, and if it takes one of those flavors to make it that way, then I have to use it. I know it's kind of frustrating for some people sometimes because they can't mix it up, but I don't want to use TFA double chocolate clear when I've got something else that I can use. That's so much better.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes a whole lot of sense too. Like, why would you have to work so hard to make those things work when though they might be a little bit more obscure and a little bit harder to acquire, but if they get the job done and it's that big of a difference, like, yeah. I mean, I get it. I've
Yeah.
seen how you do stuff before, and I can see why you would do that. You wouldn't just do that just to make it really hard for people, you know?
Oh no, I'm not doing that on purpose. It's just I just feel like that's the best things to use.
Yeah. Did you think about that though when you're making a recipe? You're like, fuck.
I'm having to think about it a little bit more now, especially if I'm creating a recipe for a client, or if or if I just want to put out a very accessible recipe that I want a lot of people to mix. Yeah, so I mean, I try to do that, but when push comes to shove, flavor's gonna trump everything for me. So
Yeah, it's a problem. Here is a problem because when a client asks me to make a recipe, most of the time they want to use TPA, Capella, Flavor Art, Flavor West, and Flavora. That's it.
but now
Well,
there's
that is you can do a lot with it.
yeah, you can. But now there's some clients that actually want me to use obscure flavors so that people can't really copy them, easy clone them, so there's something to be said for that.
Yeah, it makes sense. Even throwing like a curveball in there too, though. Sometimes,
Yeah,
like,
but it's terrible when you know that the flavor, one-on-one flavor, for example, is going to make the difference. You know it, but you can't use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough.
that'd be my problem. Like, I would think like Wonder Flavors definitely in Vape Train. They have a flavor for pretty much every profile, and if it's like they don't have access to it, you're like, yeah, but you really should try to get that, because that would make it right there. That'd do the
Well,
trick.
I made a recipe with Hansen Australian chocolate for a client, and it was perfect. It was a coffee, and after that, there was like no chance to buy one Hansen Australian chocolate in big size bottles.
Yeah.
And he had to buy like 30 ml bottles, like a lot. He hated me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when if you're producing a lot and you rely on that wholesale price, and buying in bulk and stuff, it makes a difference. I mean, when it boils down to it, it's a business. So, if they can't get it wholesale,
one-on-one is very difficult to buy bulk size.
yeah,
That's what I heard.
yeah.
Well, that might be, but sometimes if the client is gonna ask for like something and that's what's gonna do it, what do you guys do then? Like, do you guys just tell them like, hey, this is like the only way, or what?
Well, I actually try to help them find a source. Sometimes,
okay.
sometimes. Yeah. I mean, and if they can't obviously, they're hiring me. I'm not hiring them, so I have to do what they say.
Right.
So
Or what I do is, okay, this is the best I can do using this brand, and this is the best I can do with the brands you gave me.
yeah,
And it's up to them if they want
Yeah.
to spend a little bit more. For example, with Flavora, at first people were not very sure of using Flavora, but when they realized the amount of money they were saving, because you use much less product using Flavora and for the most part, and it makes a difference because you can have a very saturated recipe with, I don't know, 8-6%.
yeah, absolutely.
They love that.
And I always ask my clients, do they have any kind of restrictions on flavors or anything before you even start? So that gives me a heads up. Not that I have that many clients or anything, but
No.
I do have a couple. Let's see. Fidalgo Vapes was asking about that boysenberry. If I liked it, if I've tried it. I have not tried Jungle Flavors boysenberry, so I have no clue. Sorry about that, buddy.
I'll pick it up though. I'll tell you what I think. I might not like it, but big surprise there. I'm not really the biggest fan of Flavora boysenberry. I think it just always ends up being a Flavora boysenberry recipe, and I mean that's fine if you love that flavor. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I don't like what it does in a mix. I think it does too much, and I want it to do a little less sometimes. That's why if I ever put a recipe out with it, I'm probably going to use it like 1/4%, and then kind of what we did here. Did we use I think we used 1/4%, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah,
think so.
that's probably why I like it.
Yeah, it's just so dominant.
Yeah.
No, we use 0.5 actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of surprising too, because I get a good balance between the boysenberry and the razzleberry, which I guess they go together.
Yeah.
But I mean, they definitely do in this recipe, but I wouldn't really think that they would go together because one's a pretty bright candy, kind of syrupy, and boysenberry is like a bully and jammy. But together, I mean, I feel like we get a good balance of them.
Well,
and lemon also with the lemon. After in the episode, I said that I didn't like it with the lemon, but after a few days of steeping, it's much better.
yeah, it is.
Fidalgo just said, "Don't buy Jungle Flavors boysenberry. It seems to be the one." He said it's not a boysenberry. It seems to be the one that Jungle Flavors is off the mark. So apparently, it's not that good. I believe you. I don't know. What does it taste like though? Is it like more of a blackberry? Is it more like a different blue-ish berry? I kind of want to buy it now just to try it though. I bought weirder flavors before. I got that Effie goji berry, and that's a fucking trip.
So the tattooed vapors is saying, have we tried Flavora boysenberry with Wonder Flavors? What's that? BB jam, blueberry jam.
Blueberry jam.
With this recipe that we worked on, I'm going to be experimenting more with boysenberry at a low percentage and like jammy kind of flavors because it seems to really balance out well where you get the jamminess, but you get that kind of fleshy part from the earthy kind of feel from the boysenberry. And I think it goes really good together.
Yeah, also with Labora jammy berry.
Yeah, I do like it with that. I don't take it that high. Sometimes it tastes floral to me, and I don't know. I'm probably like the only one who's gonna get like a floral out of Flavora. Yeah, I don't know why. I always got like a floral, somewhat kind of medicinal thing from it, and I've never heard anybody talk about that before. No. And I'm not taking it that high. I'm taking it like 1%, and it's too much for me.
Does anybody here have many Perillum flavors?
Not
do.
one.
Not one.
Not
I don't either. And I've heard so much good about their flavors, but I don't know where to buy them. I found one place I think online, but my God, they were higher than Flavora was, much higher.
No, you get them for damn cheap from Nick River.
Yeah, but then you have to pay $65 to get it shipped.
No, yeah, you might be right there. I'll tell you right now, I'm not really impressed by anything I've gotten from them. There's one thing I do like. What do you got there? That vanilla.
I lied. I have the vanilla nut brittle.
I think I have that one too.
Yeah, I don't know why I have a 4 ounces.
I think I have a big bottle of the country apple. I don't love it. I think that I could get there with other stuff. Did you just? Why would you do that?
Terrible in the hand. Terrible.
Yeah. I do like their coffee, and I don't want to put a recipe out with it because I don't know if people already have it. Like, sure, but it's just so hard to acquire that I don't really like to put it out there. If it were more accessible, like I feel like if you can get it from DIY Vapor Supply, you're pretty much good. But if you have to go to Nicotine River for it, that makes it a little bit harder for me to want to put a recipe out with it.
Yeah.
Which sounds kind of contradicting because there's a lot of places you can only get Vape Train from Bull City, but everybody shops at Bull City.
Yeah.
And you can only get Jungle Flavors other places. You can get it from Chefs Flavors, I think.
They just picked it up again, I believe.
Okay. And I think you can get it from DIY Vapor Supply. They carry pretty much everything, and I think that that's one of them.
Every time that I order Jungle Flavors, I go to e-cig Express because I don't think I found it. I don't think I found it on DIY Vapor Supply. What I was looking for.
I don't know. Somebody could check it out and call me a liar.
Liar.
I want to say it's on there, but I'm pretty sure it's more expensive. I always buy it from ECX because they're always going to have it, and it's one of those companies. But I have a tough time using anything from Perillum because you have to go to Nick River.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating to buy from them. And you're going to get it like 2 to 3 weeks later. I placed a really big order from them, and it took a while for me to get it. I like their site. I like how it's laid out. It's pretty easy to shop there. I just don't like... I'm not a big fan of the experience of buying from them.
Yeah, and that's a shame because they got some good products.
Mm-hmm. I heard good things about their watermelon too, but I haven't tried it.
We could try to make a coffee recipe.
We could. Yeah.
The summary there to make a coffee.
Yeah, it's winter there in Argentina, ain't it?
Yeah, it's freezing. Fucking freezing.
I wouldn't mind making some type of an iced coffee.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that on my way home because I actually just bought iced coffee, and I was like, we should do this.
Yeah.
We can do a cinnamon dolce latte.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, I do like that coffee from them. I just don't... It's not the sweet milk one, but it's... I don't know if it's the caramel coffee or the cappuccino coffee. A lot of people don't work with it, and I don't know why it is good. Well, I probably do know why. It's just kind of a pain to buy from them. But there's other coffees out there that are accessible and good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
It's not like 2 years ago when a coffee was just impossible to get.
They're still tough to work with, but you can make them work.
Yeah, drown it.
Oh yeah, Vape Train coffee milk froth. It's not coffee, but it's so good.
Yeah.
It's like milk froth with butter.
It is buttery.
Yeah.
It's just kind of weird for a coffee. Like,
You know,
Weird, but
I've heard of people actually putting butter in their coffee instead of cream. You ever heard that?
yeah, it's like a keto thing, isn't it? And they put that's where I heard of it. And they put coconut oil in there too.
Hmm.
I don't know if that's your thing. Good luck.
Go for it.
I don't think your arteries would. I drink a lot of coffee on the weekends, and I don't think I should be putting butter in it.
You know what? We should ask Graham's friend what we should mix.
You know who would probably want to do a coffee? Oh, we're gonna get if we do a coffee though, we should get Jerry, because Jerry fucking loves coffee, and he would be the one to tell if it's yay or nay,
But
stash it or
Jerry's-
trash it.
Jerry is going to make a coffee with, I don't know, with pineapple.
No, he won't. No, he won't.
Shit, some
He's gonna-
wizard thing.
He's definitely going to use that coffee milk froth though, because he's a big fan of that one too.
Yeah.
But he wants like black coffee, and I'm not really feeling that right now. Yeah, you guys want to talk about that? Since
want to-
Graham's not here.
You want to talk about
Yeah.
our recipe first?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's get that.
already did.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about
Not really. I didn't put it up here anyway.
strawberry pineapple coffee. Jackfruit
Yeah,
espresso.
That's Jerry style.
He's gonna put alpine strawberry in a coffee.
But it's going to be good, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it'll work. It'll work.
Absolutely. All right, Tart 76. Whose idea was this?
I think all of ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were kind of wanting to come up with some kind of red, white, and blue something for the 4th. And so we used cheesecake as the white. Blueberry, well, we didn't use a blueberry, but we were going kind of the blueberry route. That was our blue, and then the raspberry was the red. So there's your 4th of July tart. It's good. It's fucking delicious. I love it.
Yeah. What's your favorite part of it?
Yes, sweet cheesecake and the custard premium.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
a big
that-
fan of that.
That is
Yeah,
so
it's
good.
just a perfect marriage of creams and egg and just and custard. It's just perfect. It's the perfect
It's not-
combination.
It's not something I would use for a strawberry cheesecake, maybe, or something like that, something light. But for a tart, or more, I told you, for a key lime pie or something with a more dense and rich feeling, it's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of like a nondescript kind of filling. It's not a cheesecake. It's not a custard. I know that we keep throwing that around, but we started off trying to make a cheesecake, and then we're like, oh, let's add a custard, and that we just kind of like what it came to be anyway. So I just love it. I actually just wanted to do a simple mix, change around the fruits and everything. I like the cookie in there for that like light pastry kind of tart shell, and then I really like the filling. I feel like you could pretty much throw anything with it, and it's just gonna be good.
Yeah. Now the version that I'm showing right now, this was our first version that we tried out. It was 0.5% Flavor boysenberry, 1% Jungle Flavors cookie, 1% Flavor Art Premium custard, 3% Flavor West raspberry, 0.25% Cap Super Sweet, and 4% Anywhere Yes Sweet cheesecake. And we all really liked this. I mean, we were pretty surprised how the first version turned out. But we wanted to try to make the berries a little brighter. Is that right?
Yeah.
And so we added FE lemon at 0.25%. And I've got in the description of the recipe that if you want to make the berries a little bit brighter, actually what it did for me was it kind of melded the two, like the raspberry and the blueberry part together for me. That's what it did. That was just off the shake though.
Yeah.
But I really liked it with the lemon. And we also did a version that we increased the Jungle Flavors cookie to 1.5%, which is good, but it makes it a little darker.
Yeah.
But it was still good. All three versions was really good.
Yeah, and this is a recipe that you should leave to steep for about 3 days, maybe. What do you think, Poker?
Yeah, I think to let that lemon die down just a little bit, about 3 days. Yeah, for
And the
sure.
custard to mix with the cheesecake.
Yeah, well
Yeah,
that
about
yeah the FA premium custard really don't have to steep like most custards, like Capella vanilla custard or
not by
anything.
itself, but when you mix with it, to have more blended into the filling.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But we did have a couple questions. I remember when we premiered the episode, people that were talking about not being able to get certain kinds of flavors and everything. If you can't get, you don't have to go to Flavor Art. You can get it from Chefs, I believe.
Yeah, chefs
Mhm.
chefsflavors.co.uk. They have FA custard premium. That's where I get it. That's the only place that I can find it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's different name. Let me see.
Oh yeah, they have their chef's choice, I believe it's called.
Mhm.
That one.
Yeah, chef's choice, and it's the exact same thing. It's FA custard premium, but it's just cheaper. It's about maybe $1 cheaper for a 30 mil
This one.
maybe.
This is the chef's version of premium custard.
Okay, flavor
Flavor.
creative, not chefs. Okay, so FC.
I think mine's Chef's Choice or something.
Yeah, they've changed the name of it a couple times, but I think it's either Chef's Choice or Flavor Creative. It's the same thing. It's the same
It's
thing.
Flavor Creative.
Yeah,
Mine's just a different label.
Yeah, just look for the one that says custard preem.
And if you can't get that one, for whatever reason, you don't want to buy it from Chefs or can't get it or they're out, which whatever, just sub TFA. It's pretty close to it, and you're using such a just 1%. It won't make a huge difference, but definitely if you have it or you can get it or you're gonna buy it anyway because everybody's talking about it, just use the premium custard like we put in the recipe.
Yeah.
But don't sub the boysenberry for Jungle Flavors. That's what we're hearing. Don't sub that.
Yeah.
Someone is asking or asked about custard pea. You know, the FA custard pea. That is an old flavor.
Pie? Oh yeah. There's
Pie.
I guess there's a difference between the FA custard and custard pie, but I have such a hate for FA custard, the one that you can buy from like Bull City and all that I don't even care to try the 3.14 pie, whatever it's called. I don't know. It's not one that I have any interest in trying. I hate the FA custard.
Yeah, actually, FA has at least 3 custards. They have just custard, which is it's got a lemon note in it. To me, it's not that great. And then they have the custard premium. They also have a vanilla custard. So make sure that if you're wanting the premium custard, that you get the right one.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've tried it. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, but you can only get it. They don't sell it in the U.S. They don't sell it in North America.
I cannot tell you how much I hate the FA custard, though.
I don't.
You don't hate it?
No, I don't hate it.
Why hate
I
you?
think if you are mixing something with citrus, and you need a custard for citrus, it's a decent option. If
No.
you don't have wait. If you don't have any other custard, it's not a bad custard. For me.
It's not a custard. It's not a custard at all. And the lemon that in it is shit and it disappears anyway. It's so dry. It reminds me of like powdered egg.
Powdered egg.
That's what it reminds me of. It's so dry. It's like, it's one of those flavors that no one's ever going to put a recipe out that's going to change my mind. I think
No, for
it's
sure.
terrible.
Well,
No.
every time. Go ahead, Chef.
There is a difference between there is no recipe with it that is going to blow my mind, and it is terrible. For me, it's not a very good flavor, but it's not terrible.
But so where you would use it, okay? Like you're saying.
Lemon meringue pie. A lemon pie.
But why? There's other ways to do it. Why would you use that flavor?
No. I mean, if you have other options, you use other options. But if you don't, it's not that your mix is going to be horrible if you're using that flavor.
I don't even notice it in a mix.
It's not a flavor that is going to ruin your recipe.
I disagree.
That is what I mean.
Well,
I disagree.
Every time that I've tried to make a lemon meringue tart, the first flavor that I grab is the FA custard, because I think that this is going to be this is the perfect place for it, you know. And every time I've used it, it always falls short. I don't know why I always reach for it, but it seems like it would work, but it really doesn't in a lemon custard for me. So
but it needs a steep too. Like, so the lemon that you get in the beginning, you're like, oh, I can see how this is gonna go. It'll probably be better on a steep. No, it just doesn't. It falls apart. It actually, to me, it just disappears from the recipe.
Hey. You taste coconut from dulce de leche. You can't taste strawberries. So
I taste a lot of different things, and I don't taste coconut from the dulce de leche. I get it from that cheesecake, and I don't know why.
From which flavor?
Dulce de leche.
You've been
Grassy ass amigo.
You've been around me too long.
Yeah.
We have to make a recipe with tres leches, dulce de leche. Do we have another one in Spanish?
I don't know.
That's
probably. There's probably a whole bunch of stuff that I say wrong. But I'll be damned if I'm saying it worse than Folkart. Or you.
I got you beat. You beat.
For me, it's biscuit. Biscuit is going to be biscuit.
No, there's been times we're working with a flavor and you're using something totally different, and you're like, I don't like it, and then we find out you're using like.
Remember, people is going to start saying biscuit and inavera.
Yeah, you're gonna be the one that changes it.
Trendsetter.
Yeah. Oh, that was in our reading last night. We got a lot of.
Yeah. Talk about it.
You want to talk about this?
Wait, I want them to see Chef do magic first.
I don't do magic.
Come on, please.
You do magic with your mixes, with your recipes.
No, not
you
me.
are the real magic. Yeah,
that's not me.
Last night. Do you want me to tell the
yeah,
story?
Please.
I want you to do it.
Please.
After the show, we were talking like friends do, and Graham was, hey guys, I have a surprise.
That sounds just like Graham.
I know. He says that every time too. I have a surprise for you guys.
I have a surprise for you guys. You did an incredible job, and I have a surprise. and then the camera was off, totally off. So it's in, camera turns on, and we see a woman like dressed all in dark with like a very spiritual look. And he says, okay, she's going to read our fortune. She's going
We're a fortune teller.
Yeah.
No, what did she call? She wasn't a fortune teller.
She was a psychic, tarot card reader, I guess is what you call it.
And it didn't matter how many times I told her I don't like TFA tarot, I'm not interested, and she kept insisting that she was gonna.
She hated.
She fucking hated me
Yeah.
because I was making fun of her. Well, you didn't say anything yet. Now we're actually gonna make fun of this thing. I don't believe in it. But
No. And it was so funny. We were trying so hard not to laugh. Even worse. But she started talking not only about the cards and the future. She started talking about the energy and the moon and we are made of water. That she told us something. We can't reveal this. You have to do that when you have full moon. And I told her, well, I'm in Argentina, so the moon cycle is different in America than in Argentina. When do we do it? And she was
she told us you have to sync up to our time because our moon is what matters. So basically,
our American moon.
A lot of patriotism going on for a lot of spiritual shit. The American moon is the moon that we have to follow.
It's the only one that matters. So.
Yeah, right. You have to sync up to the American tides and everything. She's talking about all this water and stuff. I thought we were gonna have a tsunami or some shit. I don't know. I thought it was gonna explode. So she's talking about all this shit. No, she is gonna cast a spell on me for sure if she even cared to watch this. But yeah, if she has a voodoo doll,
you're
I'm probably gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna die. I think she did look like a witch, but I'm not saying anything bad about her. I'm saying a bad stuff because I don't personally believe in it.
No,
Graham definitely does.
Oh, Graham makes all his decisions based on that kind of shit. Yeah,
and look where that's leading him. He did all this with a terrible mic. I'm not even sure if the mic was ever on. Could never hear her. She was wearing the mic, couldn't hear her at all. Suddenly, like she was 20 feet away.
And she was trying to talk with a cigarette hanging from the lower lip, like this.
Graham keeps lighting it off of his mod. We're not making any of this shit up. This all happened.
Why we didn't record that?
I don't know. We should have, but it wasn't the experience that we were promised.
I was hoping for a little different kind of surprise.
I mean, I get she really tried, okay? And if people believe in that, more for them. I don't believe in it. Chef can do magic. That blew my mind. No, a lot more than this tarot stuff. She's shuffling cards, right? And I don't know if this is how it's supposed to work, but it just seems like a really shitty magic trick because apparently you shuffle cards and one of them just pops out of the deck. I don't know if she's gonna break out a Ouija board or what's gonna go on.
And she had like a flavor book, like a notebook. Well, okay, this is a 3, and you are max, so death. That's it.
Yeah, but don't be a little bitch about it. She kept saying that to Max.
Oh yeah, she was telling me I was being a fucker, and I was a lot of stuff. It was hurtful, honestly, but she fucking hated me.
I have to admit, some of the things that she said. It was a little close home, don't y'all think?
No.
Some of them? No.
I mean, it made sense, but I feel like. Go ahead. I agree with Chef.
Maybe they are true, but they can apply to anything.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
Because yes, you have someone in your family you have trouble with, and in your job you are not 100% happy, and maybe if you make some changes in the future you will realize that project that I know you have is going to be successful. Yeah, everybody.
Holy shit, Nachiff. Are you a psychic?
Yeah.
He is a magician, though.
Every
do
bar
magic?
is psychic.
Do magic. Do the card stuff.
No, I
just
won't.
do the
No.
Can you do the thing with the ball? Come on. He was doing this the entire time, and I would be laughing at him, and she thinks I'm laughing at her. So then she's casting all different kinds of spells on me. It's not my fault. Chef knows how to make me laugh whenever we're trying to do anything serious, and it's not fair.
Well,
No. I would never do magic live on the channel. Okay?
Why?
Just saying.
They didn't even see it. Can you pin it? Come on, do it.
No. That's it.
Come on, do it again.
I have another channel that is about magic. You can go there. It's a Patreon also. So if you give me like $20 a month, I can do magic for you.
Come on, do it again.
No, I'm kidding. No, I won't.
Come on.
I won't
you
do
got to pay for that shit,
Okay.
Max.
Okay, I will try. You have to pay for it. You know,
makes-
this is, like
Where'd it go?
it's so kids magic from a birthday.
Tell me how it happened. And you are a fucker because you'll do it whenever I'm trying to talk about something. You'll do something funny. You know you're going to make me laugh. During the intro today, you're just always fucking with people. And people don't see it because they only get to see the person who's talking. They're just I'm going to be doing stuff and then I'm going to just start laughing because camera's on me.
Well, it's you are the showman here.
Yeah, exactly.
Do the thing. That's see, he's fucking doing it again.
What? I'm not doing it.
I hate you. I fucking hate you.
So
Okay.
during this tarot card reading, she had to stop like mid reading of us because she had an emergency, I believe. Did y'all know about that?
No,
No?
I thought
No.
the phone died.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why she had to stop, and she was wanting to come back because she said it was very important that she finish our reading, but she couldn't because there was somebody one of her, I guess, clients or something that like rushed in and said, "Help me! I'm seeing dead people," and this was 100% serious shit. And so Graham is freaking out. He's there with her, freaking out with this woman coming in, saying that she's seeing dead people. And so for the rest of the night, it was. He didn't tell me everything about it, but I can just imagine it was a pretty wild night at Graham's place.
Let me tell you, like, number one, I can't stress enough that we're not making this up. It's not a fucking bit. This happened. And I asked Graham, how many times did we ask him how she came into his life? She just knocked on his door.
Well,
She just knocked.
She's a psychic. She knows. She knows it
Yeah.
was needing a reading or whatever.
Yeah.
But that really explains a lot about Graham's character. That he just let her in. Just, I have to read your fortune. First
Okay,
of all,
but we are going to do it live. You're going to read my fortune, but it's going live.
yeah, we need to have her back.
Yeah,
You guys,
she's a lot of fun.
then you'll see how much she hates me. She got offended a lot by me.
And the problem is we don't know what's going on with Graham.
Yeah, I haven't really heard from him, so I don't really know what happened.
Yeah, he was supposed to be here.
Yeah.
He is in a spirit. Graham's spirit is with us.
Or somebody else. I don't know. It was an emergency.
How can you have an emergency that you have to call a fortune reader?
Wouldn't you call it an emergency if you were seeing dead people?
Yeah, but I wouldn't be calling a tarot reader. I don't know. What does she have? Like, does she have a special beeper for that? Like, do people call, or does she need the beeper, or does she just get
No.
like
knows. She knows. That's it.
She would have to, right? She would have to know.
She channels the emergency in her body, and it's like, oh, an emergency. She starts running.
But does she know right away, or does she have to like shuffle some cards and one pops out like, I gotta call Brian? Like,
Maybe it's
I don't get it.
Like Spider-Man, that he knows when something is wrong.
Ooh, a psychic sense, like a spidey sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but Spider-Man's way more badass though. I mean, I would not want that to be my superpower. And how do you get into? I probably should have. If I asked her these questions, though, she would just think I'm being a dick to her. But how do you get into that? Like, is it a path that like it just chooses you, like in the Avengers, or like I don't get it. Like
the Force.
Yeah,
chooses
or
you?
yeah, is it like a Star Wars kind of thing where like she's like a Jedi and she doesn't know it's her calling and the cards just fall into her lap and she just starts
No,
shuffling them?
Maybe there is another fortune teller that chooses her, and it's like one thing that goes from fortune teller to fortune teller.
Yeah, something like
wolf.
that. I hope she doesn't kill me.
She's probably going to put a curse on you.
Well, I hope she never watches this. I'm sorry. I thought you were a wonderful lady. I'm sorry that you
I'm
it
worried.
didn't.
I'm worried for Graham.
Yeah.
Why? She seemed to like Graham. I'm more worried about myself.
You should be.
I'm
be.
not afraid to admit that.
I didn't open my mouth much. I just listened because I didn't want that mojo on me.
Yeah, that's why I'm being really apologetic. I just don't want. I'm okay with death, but I don't know what she would want to do.
We're going deep, guys.
Well, we already talked about my fears. She'll probably just make it a way that like I get stuck in the ocean. Oh fuck, that would be terrible.
In the ocean, or something close to your eye.
Yeah, that's a big fear of mine. Yeah, let's just give her more ammo against me.
Okay, guys.
Okay.
I don't know.
So that
anything else happened?
that was our night last night. It was wild.
I couldn't sleep at night.
So what are we doing? So what are we doing for the next episode? We didn't get a whole lot of suggestions from the chat. We got espresso, vanilla milkshake, banana split.
Banana
What else?
split. I don't want to do a banana split.
Banana is so hard. It's so tough.
But I imagine a banana split isn't that just like a whole bunch of different shit? Like how do you get all that to come across?
I mean, you got the ice cream, you got the bananas, you got chocolate, you got caramel, you got nuts, you got cherries.
That's too much. That ain't gonna work in a vape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can try to make the coffee, the iced coffee.
Yeah, I could be into that.
So that sounds like some WS-23 in there?
Yeah, maybe.
Or even just Polar Blast. A little bit on the end.
Yeah.
Nah, I think you need the WS-23. Yeah, I think you need it. I think you need it in there.
Atreus
Yeah,
has...
That is not the problem. The problem is making a good coffee.
Yeah, you're right.
So would we make the coffee like you like it, Max, with milk and sugar and make it like a real sweet, almost maybe like a caramel mocha or something? Or
I like iced coffee like that. I usually drink hot coffee, just black, but I don't know. I just like coffee. I drink it any kind of way now.
Mhm.
Richard is saying anything smooth vanilla. Do you think that works with coffee? I think it could, but
yeah, just maybe a touch of it.
it's not my first choice for a vanilla though. It's kind of too fruity.
Would you use shisha vanilla? You know, where is shisha vanilla?
I'd probably be more partial to vanilla swirl or a different kind of. You don't think so?
Vanilla
That's what I
syrup
would
and
choose.
okay, we have to try it.
I mean, I don't know. I'm open to anything. It's not my first choice. Shisha vanilla could work. It's not my. What about you, Folkart? What do you like to do?
With the coffees,
Yeah.
I mean, so with an iced coffee, I'm thinking most of the coffees are going to be just so dominant. So you got to go really, really low with those, and you use some type of a cream, maybe. You wouldn't want to use a heavy cream. Probably a thin cream, milky undertones comes to mind for that. Maybe just a touch of some kind of vanilla. Maybe even a touch of vanilla custard to give it a little bit of a mouthfeel.
That's
You know
not a bad
what?
idea.
You said you wanted to make a tobacco. We can make an RY4 tobacco coffee.
Ooh.
What if we did both?
Yeah.
What if we did that? Because I already know a coffee bases that can go with any of that. If we could just do that and be like, hey, and throw that tobacco base in there, that would be easy too.
You think so?
Yeah, I think the coffee would be easy, or the I think the tobacco part would be easy. Getting the coffee how we want it. I wouldn't want to do WS23 with it at that point though. I don't really know how I would like that with tobacco.
Wait. We should be recording for the episode if we are going to talk about it.
Yeah.
We'll get there when we get there.
Yeah. So it looks
I
like
don't
it looks like we're going to do some kind of a coffee, iced coffee, maybe a tobacco iced coffee of some sort, or a tobacco coffee. So
Yeah, I'm pretty into that.
yeah, sounds pretty good. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks for nothing.
I see.
Did it all on ourselves again. Nah, you guys helped us. I can't have too much bad juju going on. I got enough. Yeah. Well, we'll do coffee.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. See you guys.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
I have to thank Flavora. Thank you very much, Flavora. You guys sent me a lot of flavors that I was missing. You didn't have to do that, and you did it anyway. So Bryson, thank you so much. I'm gonna be diving into them. I really like the new bottles. I'm gonna tell you right now, really, really like the new bottles. I don't have to worry about it as much, and I will tell you, the label, the thing, I didn't notice that as bad as with the samples. So, people who buy the new flavorings that are gonna come in the new bottles, be a little extra cautious. Maybe throw a little bit of clear tape on them, but I didn't notice them fading as much and the labels just kind of disappearing. So I didn't have that issue.
Good deal.
Yeah. But thank you guys.
Yeah.
Really glad you did that. All right. Is that it?
I guess so.
That's it.
Are we done? So catch our episodes when? When do we do those? Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Look for a coffee.
Yep.
Some kind of coffee.
Yep.
Maybe a coffee tobacco.
And maybe a fortune teller reading.
Yeah. Keep your thoughts and prayers. Graham is still out there and hopefully not just in spirit.
Hey, we were five. We were five. Then we were four. Now we are three.
I know, right?
Hey,
Maybe
doesn't sound
Dropping like,
maybe next week you are going to find only two of us.
yeah. Anybody want to join to the help? You're basically on your way to already having your own show.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who out of the three of us, I'm definitely dying first.
Hey, and do I have to tell this? Do I have to tell this? Happy 4th of July, you
Woohoo.
Americans.
Woohoo! Y'all stay
Fourth
safe
one.
out there. Don't get too wild. Have fun. Eat hot dogs and hamburgers and do whatever people do on the 4th of July.
They're gonna be
Blow
vaping
shit
the
up.
Tart 76.
Yeah. Mix it up and blow some shit up.
Yeah, America.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll see y'all Tuesday, I guess.